The Stonehenge Solstice Connection. What is Stonehenge and where is it? 90 miles, about 130 kilometers, west-southwest of London, on the Salisbury Plain, sits Stonehenge, one of the world's most famous prehistoric monuments. It was built in stages, starting 5,000 years ago, with a unique stone circle erected in the late Neolithic period, about 2500 before the Common Era. Nowadays, the English Heritage Organization says the most generally accepted definition of Stonehenge is a prehistoric temple aligned with the movements of the sun. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Whatever it was designed to be, Stonehenge has long captured the imagination of the British public and remains one of the country's biggest tourist draws. That's particularly true at the time of the summer and winter solstices, when the sunrise is greeted by thousands. Some definitions. The solstices mark the extreme limits of the sun's movement. The word solstice is derived from the Latin sol, for sun, and sistere, to stand still. In the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice takes place on or around December 21st each year. The winter solstice marks the moment when the northern half of the planet is tilted at its furthest point away from the sun. This is also referred to as midwinter. The sun is then at its lowest point in the sky, resulting in the shortest day and the longest night of the year. For the builders of Stonehenge, the midwinter solstice was presumably most important. As farmers and people rearing domestic animals and growing crops for food, the midwinter sunset marks the turning of the year. After that, the days would get longer and the weather would improve. Soon, spring would come again, and with it their life and work would be easier. In the summer hemisphere, it is the summer solstice and is the longest day of the year. At the time of the summer solstice in June, when the sun is over the Tropic of Capricorn, the sun rises and shines through the center of the stone circle at Stonehenge. Henge. During the first phase of building Stonehenge, in approximately 3000 before the Common Era, ancient Britons used deer antlers to dig a ditch along the perimeter of a circular enclosure about 330 feet, which is 100 meters, across, with a high bank on the inside of the circle and a low bank on the outside. The henge in Stonehenge refers to the earthen enclosure that was unique in ancient Britain. It is estimated that 4,000 stone circles were constructed in the area of Great Britain and Brittany, and about 40 henges. However, the ditch that encloses Stonehenge isn't a true henge. Instead, it's backwards. A true henge has a ditch on the inside of a bank. Other monuments in the Stonehenge landscape were also built to align with the movements of the sun. Woodhenge, a timber monument near Durrington Walls, was built on the same axis, aligning with the midwinter and midsummer solstices. The nearby timber monument, known as the Southern Circle, is oriented towards the midwinter sunrise and has an avenue leading down to the River Avon that is aligned on midsummer sunset. These configurations might suggest that people undertook processions and ceremonies in one part of the Stonehenge landscape at dawn, proceeding to another part at sunset. Clearly, the monuments were closely connected to these important solar events. What is Stonehenge constructed of? The large vertical stones and the horizontal lintel stones are sarsen, a type of silcrete rock which is found scattered naturally across southern England. For many years, most archaeologists believed that these stones were brought from the Marlborough Downs, 20 miles, which is 32 kilometers, away, but their exact origin is uncertain. The three pieces together are called a Triltheon. The smaller pillars are constructed out of blue stone, which now appears gray, but historically was of blue color. The stones show that they were worked by hammer stones so that grooves and tenons could hold them together. To put the story in context, Keep in mind that the Egyptians erected their famous pyramids during the same centuries in which the Britons erected Stonehenge. Civilizations were flourishing in the Middle East, but Britons remained in the Stone Age, specifically the Neolithic, meaning New Stone Age, as the technology of metalworking slowly crept further into Europe. Although these Britons weren't primitive hunter-gatherers, rather they were farmers who lived on barley and wheat, they probably valued the open valley where Stonehenge stands as a convenient hunting ground. Placement, alignment. The outer circle, the henge, or ridge of dirt, is about 330 feet in diameter. Inside that earthen circle was a series of 56 holes, or pits, called the Aubrey holes. Burial plots are part of the Stonehenge landscape. Next toward the inside is a circle of Y holes, then one of Z holes. Then a circle that was originally 30 sarsen plinths. Many are now missing. Then a circle of shorter bluestone plinths. When they were all standing, the inner sarsens would have formed a horseshoe shape with 5 standalone Triltheons. The largest Triltheon is 30 feet or 9 meters tall, and it would have stood at the bottom of the horseshoe, but it's now partially collapsed. The average weight of one of these sarsens is more than 49,800 pounds, which is 22.6 metric tons. Outside of the main henge is the heel stone. There used to be a second heel stone. Just inside the circle is the slaughter stone, probably named by the Victorians for the red iron oxide color when wet, which resembled blood. The line connecting and extending beyond the slaughter stone and the opening between the 2 heel stones is the axis line, which at midsummer points toward the rising sun. There were other stones in front of the circle either side of the alignment, and this would give the impression that the sun was following a corridor between the stones. During the winter solstice, when you stand with your back to the entrance, facing southwest, and the avenue is dropping away behind you, the sunset is visible through the center of the stone circle, originally between the 2 uprights of the tallest Triltheon, at the head of the sarsen horseshoe. It would have dropped down into the altar stone, a sandstone block which was placed across the solstice axis. The solstice axis is also marked by the station stones, which are positioned in a rectangle on the edge of the surrounding circular ditch, with the short sides of the rectangle on the same alignment as the sarsen stones. Sadly, 2 of the 4 station stones are missing. The avenue, made up of parallel banks and ditches, links Stonehenge to the nearby River Avon. It also has an important link to the movements of the sun, with its final straight stretch close to Stonehenge, aligned on the northeast to southwest solar axis. Recent excavations across the avenue have found that the earthworks appear to follow the line of some natural ridges, with gullies, known as periglacial stripes, between them. These are natural features from glaciation, but the presence of ridges and gullies that happen to line up with the solstice may have been noticed by Neolithic people, leading them to build Stonehenge on this particular site. Visiting Stonehenge at the time of the solstice is a popular activity, but due to the coronavirus pandemic this year and the interests of public health, there will be no winter solstice gathering at Stonehenge in 2020. The winter solstice sunrise will instead be live-streamed from the stones on the morning of the 21st of December, 2020. Check out the website for the English Heritage in order to learn more about Stonehenge and be able to watch the streaming video of the sunrise. Thank you.